out from the Bronx, everybody. So here I am by myself. we had an amazing show for everybody. Steve Sharippa, Steve was on with me for about 20 minutes just before. We were talking about Blue Bloods and The Sopranos. He's got a new thing going. Oh man. All right. Brucey, my guy, feeling good. It's good to hear. Amy Weaver, that's my girl. She cuts my hair, says I'm still looking good. Paula wants to know what I've been eating, everything in the books. So Suki came on before. Suki came on before. I couldn't get onto Facebook Live. Suki was miserable because she hurt her knee. So now she's laying in bed and she told me she feels better. So I'm trying to get her on. It's been a disaster, man. Oh boy. I had this thing working beautifully all day. So let's see if I can get Suki on. I'm texting her right now. I think Steve Sharippa I already lost because he's got a TV, another interview. Let's see. I'm texting Steve right now. I'm here alone on the air. So let's see if he can come on. A few minutes. So he already said, hey, if you need me on Wednesday, I'll come back on. So soon as he left, Suki left. Of course, we went up on Facebook. So where is she? Watch this. I'm going to have to call her now. Well, let's call Suki. All right. All right, here I'm going to call Suki. See if she picks up her phone.
Hi, it's me. Can't answer the phone right now, but if you...
All right, so I guess we're all, she wants to call me later. Hold on. All right, so Steve Sharippa said he already left to go to work, to go do this other thing. I've got this guy coming on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to email him, this President Trump impersonator. This guy is phenomenal. He's the #1 impersonator in Vegas. So let's see. I'm going to just tell him to come on now because the S has hit the fan here technically. But who cares, right? It doesn't even matter because, all right, we're going to get this thing rolling. For those of you looking for my girl Suki, she had a little mishap today riding a bike. Suk was riding a bike, and basically she blew out her knee. So when she came on with me before, she was I've never seen somebody look so miserable. So as everybody starts logging on, listen, we lost Steve Sharippa. He's coming back this week. We've got Konstantin Maroulis coming up tomorrow. From American Idol. He was also in one of my favorite Broadway shows, Rock of Ages. Went to see that thing 3 times. We're going to talk to Konstantin. He's going to do it. We'll have him sing. We'll do a little song trivia. Wednesday, we got Steve Wilkos. Anybody thinks their spouse is cheating on them, Steve Wilkos here to help you out. He's thinking to bring a lie detector test right to my basement. He's going to hook me up to the probes. We got Vic DiBitetto. Vic DiBitetto, the comedian, the guy you always sees running out. I got to get the milk. Got to get the milk. Got to get the eggs and the milk. He's going to be on Thursday. He's blowing up. And then Friday, I'm looking forward to this. We've got a guy. I got to look up his name. I forgot his name already, but he's a Billy Joel tribute piano player. And this guy looks and sounds just like Billy Joel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring in at this particular time my guy who I've been looking forward to all day, and now I just lost him too. He was just on. Oh, here he comes.
Hello.
John, is that you?
How are you?
Oh, there's my guy. President Trump, how are you, sir?
I'm absolutely fantastic. How are you, Scott? So excited to be, I just wrapped up with the fake news, news. But I came down here.
Listen,
I have a hat I'm selling. It's Look at this. Can you see that?
What's it say?
It says "Fu COVID." That's how we're gonna make our money. That's how we're gonna make our money and pay this thing off. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Mr. President, listen, I know you did the test for the coronavirus. You tested negative. How was that
Absolutely
for
tested negative, I have to tell you. And it was incredible because the doctor said they never saw a negative test number so low. They said it was beautifully negative. They said they were very impressed. They said it was perfectly negative. Tremendously negative. Actually, they've never seen a negative test score this low. They said it was the greatest negative test score in the history of the coronavirus testing on the negativity spectrum. So they were very impressed. And Dr. Fauci, my little paisano, he said it's going right into the textbooks, But that's not me. I'm not saying that. That's him. That's him. And he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. And the Italians, very smart people. Tiny, but smart people.
President Trump, I got to ask you, there's so many different theories. I mean, how did this virus even get into the country?
Well, you know what? I'm so glad you asked me that. I'm so glad, it came in illegally. And if we had built the wall, it wouldn't have come across the Rio Grande. They say it's from China, from Wenzhou, China. You know what I mean? It's Kung Flu, but I have to tell you, it was illegal. You know what I mean? That's why we need the wall. We need the wall, I have to tell you.
I love it. Kung Flu.
The Kung Flu.
We're all watching these press conferences every day.
Aren't they great?
You're shaking. Your ratings I know your Facebook numbers have never been better.
Number one on Facebook, Zuckerberger man or Zucker person. Can't stand me. Number one on Twitter too. On Twitter, 60 million followers. 60 million. That's a lot.
Listen, that's all well and good. Are you social distancing? Well, what's the story there?
Well, it's tough for me. I love people. And like I said, I tested negatively. They said my test was so negative, it was getting out and beating up the other test. Did you hear that part? It was incredible. So I myself am not social distancing, but I have to tell you that Melania practically invented social distancing. It's incredible. I would go to touch her. She'd smack my hand. She was so smart. She was ahead of the curve. Very smart lady. I haven't seen her in a long time because she's social distancing in another country, which is extra smart, I think.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, the other day back, talking about your ratings, you tweeted that your ratings were higher than The Bachelor. I mean, how does that even help the country? What your ratings are?
What do Americans love? They love being number one, and I'm number one in the ratings, and that's what America cares about, and that's what I care about. We're the greatest country in the history of countries, and I'm the greatest president in the history of presidents, other than the late, great Abe Lincoln, whose wife was maybe a 3, but Melania is like a 12. I'm on a scale of 1 to 10. She's like a 12, right? POTUS needs its FLOTUS. That's what I always say. It's true.
So Mary Todd, not high. She wouldn't be in your top 10 list, huh?
Oh, no. I've seen the paintings here at the White House. Very depressed. Mary Todd, very depressed and tiny, but like stout. You know that word stout? She was stout.
Yeah.
And Abe was like 8 feet tall. Did you know that? Very tall man. And he wore 2-foot hats. So that made him 10 feet. That's a very tall guy. I mean, I'm big, but I'm not that big.
Listen, Mr. President, I promised you the Suki and Scott show. Unfortunately, the other half, Suki, she tried to come on with me before. She blew out her knee today.
Why? Why would she do that?
So she was bike riding. She did not follow your stay-at-home
policy. Why do people insist on exercising? Why do people? Everyone I know gets hurt. Just stay at home. Do like me. I don't do anything, and I'm in tremendous shape. I weigh 138 pounds. A lot of people don't know that.
Listen, the CDC list we know is very long.
It's unbelievable.
COVID-19, it's getting all the attention.
Right.
And I understand this has been a little bone of contention with you that COVID-19 is just getting all the attention.
What? Have you seen the list?
Yeah.
What about the inaki mushrooms? What about the E. coli? No one's talking about the E. coli. It's a killer. You ever have explosive diarrhea? No one wants that. Believe me. And then the other ones, they're transmitting that thing through puppies. Puppies, disease carriers. No one likes puppies. Nobody likes puppies. Really, really bad. And then the vaping, which I was on first. Did you know I was on first? I was talking about the vaping before it was popular to talk about the vaping. No one credits me with that. Nobody. It's not fair. We got to be talking about these other things on the CDC list. Listeria sounds like a mouthwash, but it's much worse.
Mr. President, you said you wanted to see the country open by Easter. Now you see that wasn't really a possibility, right?
Well, it's still a possibility. We have a full week, and I think we should be packed into the churches next Sunday, and we should get the old people out of their houses and apartments and assisted living places. It's give them a big hug. They need to get out. And because, and Easter is very important. It's the day that Jesus rose from the dead. And, a lot of people don't know that. And did you know Jesus was Jewish? I had no idea. No one told me. No one told me. I thought he was Catholic. I thought Jesus was Catholic, but it turns out he was Jewish and a carpenter, which makes very little sense to me. I've never met a Jewish carpenter. Never.
And believe me, as a Jewish guy, I would never be able to be a carpenter because I can't do anything like that. Listen, I
like your Emmy. I can see your Emmy. You have 2 Emmys. Wow.
Actually, Mr. President, there's 7, but you just don't see the other 5.
You have 7 Emmys? You have 7. Wow. I have to tell you, I'm very impressed.
Did you ever get any Emmys for The Apprentice? No, right?
I think we got 15, 20. We were the #1 show in the history of television ever. And the top reality show, the top show on NBC. NBC owes me a lot of money. They were not doing well until I came up with The Apprentice.
Listen, the other day you said that the CDC recommends that everybody goes out and wears a mask. And the next sentence out of your mouth is, you might wear it. You're probably not going to wear it.
No. I didn't say might. I'm not wearing a mask. Look, CDC can say what I'm not wearing a mask. Why would I wear a mask? I mean, what you think I'm going to #1 ratings with a mask on? What is this, MASH? No. I am not Alan Alda. I do not wear a mask. There'll be no mask. And on top of that, my makeup's going to get all over it. It's going to leave a white mark, right here. I can't have that.
No, yeah, no mask. How do you get such the perfect whiteness around your eyes?
Well, that's because I have a tanning bed here at the White House. Took me forever to get that thing in here too. So I wear little things and I lay down. And it cooks me for about 15 minutes. And I hear the bell and I get up. And then I go in and tell everybody what to do because I'm doing an absolutely tremendous job. I have to tell
Listen, Mr. President, let's talk about something for a minute other than the virus. What was it like?
Please, something other than the virus.
We need something other.
It's ruining my day. It's ruining my day.
What was it like for you the moment that you met the leader of North Korea? Certainly a big moment for you. What was it like for you to
good.
Stand?
It's because he's a big guy. He's very rotund. He's a big guy. But we have a very special relationship, Kim Jong-un and myself. He's a smart guy, and he runs the family business very, very well. And he killed his uncle. He kills reporters. Did you know that? I can't kill anybody. They would give me such a hard time, but he gets to kill people and I don't really think that's fair, but I love the name Supreme Leader. That's great. That's a good one.
I could see
president kind of pales compared to Supreme Leader.
Yeah, so I could see us changing that to your title. Do you feel like you got a good shot against Biden in this 2020 election?
Are you kidding me? This is so easy. I have to tell you. Number one, Joe is so old. They don't even. They've discontinued his blood type. Okay, all right. Because if he gets sick, they can't fix him. It's sad. It's really, really sad because of all those, the baby doll hair with the teeth and the transplants. The guy he's toast. And Bernie, no one's going to vote for Bernie. He combs his hair with a balloon. So those 2 guys are out. So I'm pretty much a fait accompli, as that's French, by the way, for you're going to finish first. So I'm very excited about that. And also, I have to tell you, and you know this, Scott, we go way, way back. We've known each other for many, many years, at least 2-3
Absolutely.
minutes
Sure.
now. And
Sure.
I have to tell you, you go to my rallies, which are incredible. We get 100, 200, 300,000 people in arenas that only hold 10,000. That in itself is really incredible. But we get so many people, and they come up to me after the rallies, and they say to me, President Trump, can you be president for life? Can you be president for life? And I think we're going to win this next term, and the term after that, and the term after that, and the term after, and I am going to be president for life. President for life. You got to give the people what they want, Scott. And even crying Chuck Schumer, who I saw 2 days ago, came up to me and he said, I hope you get life. Isn't that great? He's even on board.
I don't know if the people are going to love that. Ladies and gentlemen, John DiDomenico in the house. Johnny, great job, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Listen,
I wasn't going to do this, but I told you my schedule changed.
You've seen him on Conan. You've heard him on Howard Stern. He's been on the Tonight Show. Folks, he's one of the best entertainers in all of Las Vegas. Matter of fact, he even won the award. He won the best
impersonator
impression. What's that?
I won Best Impersonator 2019. Silver. I gotta preface that because Terry Fader got the other one.
Now, listen, Johnny, while I have you on, I know you do like another 50 impressions, and it might be hard for us to see it while you're dressed as President Trump. But who are some? I know you do a Jay Leno, right?
Yeah, I'm doing good to see you. Thanks for me, Jay Leno dressed as Donald Trump. Can you believe it? You know, what about this thing? You know, hey, you ever notice you've never seen baby pigeons? Why is that? Huh? You never see a 7-Eleven being built. They just appear.
Oh, I love it. So you voted best what in Vegas? Best
I was
entertainer,
voted
right?
best impersonator. Best. It's on the wall here. Best impersonator.
Wow, best impersonator in Vegas. And
yeah, hold on. It's on the wall. Can we do this? Oh, it doesn't even work. Never mind.
You got to get rid of your green screen.
Got to get rid of the green screen. Yeah, but it's I was voted, which is really great. I was in a show here on the Strip called Totally Outrageous Brunch where I was doing Trump, and I was actually did a 12-minute set in the show, and then I finished with a song. We took the song from Hamilton, You'll Be Back, and I changed it to You've Been Trumped. So that
let me hear
You've been trumped like before. I don't remember the words. Actually, we had written it like we would change it up every few weeks so it was current, and a lot of the stuff now wouldn't be because so much has happened.
Oh, it's every day. It's crazy, right?
There's so many things. It's really amazing.
And so I know Vegas is in tough shape. You're holed up in your house like everybody else, right?
Yeah, and we're like New York. We're a tourist town, but there's far more people, obviously, in New York. We only have 2.5 million people here, and the Strip is the business center. It's the hub, and they've had to obviously close the Strip entirely. And because none of the hotel casinos have locks on the door because they're supposed to run 24 hours, they've literally had to board up the buildings because you can just enter them freely. So it's very surreal here right now, but we have an amazing entertainment community here of comedians, impersonators, singers, dancers, headliners, and everyone's pulling together. We're actually going to be doing a telethon, a remote telethon like they did on Fox or ABC,
right.
I forget what it was. And everybody's pulling together. That hat that was behind me before, that's for all the entertainers, the FU COVID. You can go to mondaysdark.com, buy a hat. 100% of the proceeds benefit Las Vegas entertainers who can't work. I'm lucky because of what I do with President Trump. I'm able to do these cameos, and I'm able to, I have a, not this set behind me, but I have a White House set in my house. So I shoot on the White House set, these 2.5 minute cameos, and they go out around the world.
Love it.
So
all
right, it is what it is.
I got so many people writing in, Cleana D'Agostino. She said,
I love that name.
Right? Cleana D'Agostino. John, you're hysterical. Like you very much. Have a great Easter to you and your family.
Thank you.
Donna Frassetto writes, "Oh no, if Clinton won, would you be her?"
That would be tough. That would be tough. I could do Bill Clinton because he's got that kind of dried out kind of voice when he talks. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
I did not have sex with that woman.
I did not have sex. I could say something. What's the rating on this show, by the way? I'm being very PG.
Oh yeah, no, listen, it's all adults here. It's all adults. Now, let me ask you a question. How long does it take you to get into this Trump persona? Because I see you got makeup on, you did the white around the eyes. How long does it take you to get the wig going?
It takes about, each character is a little different. Trump takes about an hour because you've got this wig is a theatrical wig. It's like a movie wig. So you get one shot at putting this on, one shot. Because if you don't get it on right, the glue gets on it, you have to take it off and it has to be cleaned and then you have to reset it. So it takes about 20 minutes to get the wig on. I got to do the base makeup. I got to do the aging around the eyes. I have to do the white around the eyes. I have to cut. The ladies know what this is. Contour the nose, contour the nose. And then I got to do the nasal labial folds and then like a little stippling and then the orange powder and then I'm done. So,
Mr. President, what do you say to the people who still ask to see your taxes?
They're beautiful. They're absolutely tremendous taxes, but they're so complicated. The average person with their very tiny brain cannot comprehend the magnitude of the specificity of the taxational tables that are in there. So, it's just for people like me that are super smart. Because I'm a genius. I'm a stable genius. But Joe Average isn't going to be able to really understand these taxes.
Not me. I could tell you that, my friend. John,
so has anyone ever told you look like Kevin Pollak? The
people have told me I look a little like Kevin Pollak. When I'm scruffy, people think I look like Ray Donovan somewhat when I have a little beard going. Which isn't bad. I'd rather go Ray Donovan than Kevin Pollak, but I'll take either one of them.
Yeah, Liam's like I've met him. He's like really that's a big guy. That's a big guy.
He's tall. Well, I'm about 6'1". I know Kevin Pollak's about 5'6". So I'd rather go Liam Schreiber.
It's funny with Kevin Pollak. He does that great Christopher Walken impersonation. And when I was working, I've been doing Trump since about 2004. And when I was working on him, trying to crack his voice, I'm from the Northeast. I'm from Philadelphia, lived in New York. So I had that kind of nasality, automatically. But I was
you go right back into it.
I do. I just kind of fall into it. But like with someone like, someone like with Jay Leno, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I always try to look for like the components of the voice, like where they're from. I like to do that research. And, no one speaks like Trump. He's like a unique brand in every way. He has a unique look. He has a unique sound. And the only person that came to mind who was from Queens, who did the same thing that Trump was Christopher Walken, because when Walken talks, he has that whole staccato, Scott. Wow, that whole thing that Trump also does, the whole staccato thing. So there's a component of my Trump that's a little bit of Christopher Walken. Wow.
It's funny watching you as President Trump do Walken. It's even twice as freaky. Obviously, listen, if you look you up online.
We were shooting in Times Square and I was Trump. So I'm doing Trump, and I also do Austin Powers because I'm like the same.
Do Austin Powers.
Tracy Gravy rides on, baby. Yeah. Shall we shag now or shag later? So I'm in full Trump makeup, and somebody says, this woman, we're shooting with and this woman says, is that Mike Myers? And I'm like this. I was like, what the?
That is so funny. You know what? Yeah. It's funny because when you talk like him, you actually you look a little like Mike Myers when you talk like him just now.
I started when back in 90 when he was doing Wayne from Wayne's World. And, I looked at him and go, hey, we're the same age. We're the same height. And my voice is in the same genetic range as his, which is always important when you do somebody's voice. But it was like, all right, excellent. Hi, I'm Wayne Campbell from Aurora, Illinois. Excellent. Swing.
That's perfect. Oh, I love that. That is great. Who was the first person? Because I know, listen, as Trump, you've been on so many morning shows all over the world.
Yeah,
Australia, New York.
I have been on the Today Show in Australia 10 times. 10 times. Yes, and they've been so good to me. They call me and say, let's set something up. And then I do a remote live via satellite here in Las Vegas in one of the studios. And they let me have 7 minutes. It's like I have to prepare and write new material. Yeah. And I don't know if you saw the video.
That's a lot of TV time.
It's a lot of material. So, but they had me on one time with the guy who does Kim Jong-un, which was really funny. So it's really great.
Before Trump, who'd you have down the best? Was it Leno? Was it Mike Myers?
I would say Mike Myers, but as a kid, you always have your favorite. My favorite was Lieutenant Columbo. Folks, I hate to bother you because he was such a great character. He was physical. Sir, where are you, sir? My good eye's over here. Over here, sir. He was just great. Peter Falk was such a great character, and I loved it. And I put the coat, and I'm like 5'8", so I put the coat on, hunched down, and it's such a great thing. And for years, everyone knew who he was. Unfortunately, we live in a day and age where there's 8,000 viewing choices. So it's not like when I was a kid and I would watch Rich Little do James Cagney, who had died 30 years before. Now you have to be like really, really current with all of your stuff.
It was always great about Columbo. You always thought he was a bumbling detective, and as he'd be about to walk out the door, just one more
thing. You know what else? It was the only murder show, crime show where they showed you the murder first.
Right.
The only one.
They show you the
murder,
and then they go back.
Yeah. I always thought that was great, but he always would do that one little thing. He'd be leaving. Sorry, sir, I didn't mean to bother you. And so it's like, sir, one more thing. You said you were a vegetarian, but when I got here, you were having a ham sandwich. It'd be like the smallest thing, the murder turn. And I always loved that show because it was like that. It was like, you got me, Columbo. And they would put the club, they would walk out.
Yeah, just take me.
Where was Columbo when OJ got arrested,
Oh, man. Listen, do me a favor. So as I mentioned, if you're just tuning in, Suki was on with us earlier. She couldn't come on. She was in too much pain. Mr. President, please, I want you to pretend that Suki just asked you, a nasty gotcha question. Right. And I'd love for you to just respond to her. Please go ahead.
Suki, is that it, Suki? And you're with the Scott and Suki show, or the Suki and Scott show. I can never tell. And it's fake news. It's fake news. Why can't you ask a nice question? Why can't you ask a nice? We're doing a tremendous job. But Suki, you know what? No wonder you broke your kneecap because because you're nasty, and nasty things happen to nasty people. Believe me.
Oh, I love it.
In the back.
I love it.
Not you, Jim Acosta. No, not you. That guy. The other one.
John DiDomenico, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, you got to look him up. There's so many funny things. How many voices do you do, John? How many?
I do probably about 100, but a lot of those are, if you're under a certain age, you're not going to know who they are because it's
you're not going to know,
other
right?
Time. But there's so many people to impersonate now.
Here's what I want to try with you before we leave. I want you to go through like 3 or 4 of them. Don't tell me who they are. Okay. I want to see how good it is if I can guess who it is, even looking at you as President Trump. Go ahead.
Good. Okay. Scott, you're just not evil enough. You're quasi-evil. You're semi-evil. You're the Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie.
That would be Dr. Evil. Go ahead.
Dr. Evil. Right, baby. Hey, everybody, it's me. I'm driving the bus to Flavortown, and since I'm the mayor of Flavortown, we're going to do a big quarantine for the next 72 hours and do some barbecue, baby.
Oh, man. I don't know why Red Fox just came to mind or Fat Albert, one of the two.
Supposed to be Guy Fieri.
Who was that?
Guy Fieri, the chef. Driving the bus to
Guy
Flavortown,
Fieri.
baby.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about it. Give me one
Love, peace, and taco grease, baby.
more. Yeah, Guy Fieri.
Yeah. All right, let me
Give
see.
me one more. One
Maybe
more
one
before we
more.
go.
Let me look around the room here. Let's see what character.
Who do you got?
I'll do a golden oldie. Now,
Go ahead.
right here on our shoe, the fabulous Garbacho brothers and Girl Scout Troop 625. Girls, stand up and show us your cookies.
A little Ed Sullivan accent. I love it.
Anybody born of a certain age, that was a classic.
I love. I listen. And last thing before I swear, this is the last thing. So I have it forever to put it up everywhere. Give me a 15-second President Trump promo for the Suki and Scott show. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Suki and Scott show, the greatest show in the history of shows. And you know how I know? Because I listen to it every week, and they're the best.
Ah, that was beautiful, my friend.
7 Emmys, really? 7 Emmys?
So, yeah. I got 5 more upstairs, John. You want one?
When you peel that back, is there chocolate underneath?
Yeah. They're fake. They're fake. We just like to say it. Listen, thank you, my friend.
Thank you for having me on, and thank you for having me after Steve Sharippa, who used to be the entertainment director at the Riviera here in Las Vegas.
That's right. I read that about Steve, that he used to be in Vegas. How long is it going to take? Because I know. Listen, John, if you guys want cameos, you go on Cameo, you look up John DiDomenico, and he will do cameos for you, and you send those messages right to your friends. How long will it take you now to get the wig off, get out of the costume, get out of the makeup?
Well, I'm actually going to go down and I have 7 cameos to shoot. So I'm going to shoot those right now. And they're for people all over, somebody in Israel, somebody in England. Obviously, everybody else is here, and I do those as Trump. I do them as Dr. Phil. What were you thinking? So whatever character, Austin, Dr. Evil, I do my cameos. And it's, since I'm homebound with the studio, it's the best thing to do.
Oh, it's amazing. All right, Johnny, listen, thank you so much for coming on, bud.
Thanks, buddy.
One of these days when Suki's feeling better, I want to have you back on because you were amazing. Thanks for the.
Thank you.
You know what?
Come to Las Vegas when we open back up. We'll go out and have.
I'll be there. My mother loves going there. She was just there for a month before the hit the fan.
Yeah.
But this show for the folks, especially in New York. It's been a nice little diversion at night. People just want to forget about being quarantined. We try to have great guests like yourself on just to entertain people so they could forget about everything that's going on for a little bit. And believe me, you made me forget that I was trapped in my house right now. So I appreciate it, my man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, man.
All right, John. Thank you, buddy. Take care, my friend.
So long, New York.
I love that guy. Ladies and gentlemen, John DiDomenico. Listen, I told you we had Trump on tonight. How's everybody doing? Before we go, let's go through some things. Suki, come back soon. We need you. Yeah, she'll be back. Suki's going to be back. I'm telling you, she was on, and she literally had a look on her face like she was about to cry, ladies and gentlemen. So I told her to, just take the night off. And I told her to call me from bed if she felt good. So we'll see. Let's see who's on. Suki, feel better. Boom. What else do we have here? Let's see. A lot of folks. LOL. John, can I be your Melania? A lot of folks on here tonight, boy. All right. So listen, Scott, should you have him do some other impersonation? I think we covered that. News of the day. Well, listen, you had a slight hope spark today in the Empire State, right? Number of fatalities is leveling off a little bit. All travel to and from New York City is done right now. So hopefully this thing, levels off in just a little bit. And hopefully you guys are at home having some fun, watching some good TV shows. Listen, I always promote Ozark. I think it's one of the best shows on TV right now. If you haven't started watching Ozark, you got 3 seasons of Ozark. I'm going to try one more time and see if Suki can come on with us. Let's see real quick. All right. Can you come on before we go? Let's see if she can muster up everything. So we'll see what she does. I'll know when she pops up on screen. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody enjoyed President Trump. Steve Sharip is coming back on Wednesday. He said he could do it because we had some technical difficulties loading up, and he had to go. 7:15, he had another appointment. So it's all good. I want to thank everybody for watching. We got tomorrow night, Constantine Maroulis is going to be joining us. Rock of Ages, American Idol, Constantine. He's going to be on. He's going to sing. He's going to do a little trivia. Maybe I could do a duet with him. Hopefully Suki's feeling better. We love you guys. Have a great night. It is Monday. Jennifer wants to know. Jennifer just signed on. Where is Suki? Suki hurt her leg today. She's laying in bed. She doesn't feel well. She tried to come on. She really did. Mary Miele says, boy, that guy really sounded like President Trump. My main man, Rob Zimmerman, watching us tonight. Rob, you just logged on? Really? After all that, you just logged on? Now you're going to have to go back, rewind, and watch President Trump because you missed the whole thing, my friend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good night. See you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully President Trump entertained. And that's about it. I feel like I just did a whole hour's worth of work. Good night, people. I love you. Thanks for watching.